Guys, do you remember Sam Bankman Fried? He's a former CEO of FTX. FTX was the um, crypto exchange that went defunct, like under charges now. His trial will begin in October. Check this out. We did a video a while back on the speculation that he was using stolen money to fund his defense. And now there's actually a lawsuit that's saying, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. And they're trying to stop it via the lawsuit. Now, this guy is, and it's funny, they're showing Elizabeth Holmes on the screen now. We just did a video about her. She was sent off to prison for an 11-year sentence because she was involved in the whole Theranos thing. I like to look at these folk for two reasons. Number one, rarely do you get away with this stuff. Number two, some folk were saying that, she wouldn't ever serve jail time. Well, is on this Friday night. She's in a federal prison in Texas. So, code for bath salt. Yeah, you're right. We did a lot of reporting on Sam Bankman Fried. And code for bath salt says, without Sam Bankman Fried, I'd never be a soldier. That's how a lot of people found us. And I got to thank Sam Bankman Fried for that. If he does wind up going to prison, I'll send him a couple of dollars for his commissary with a note saying, man, thank you. You really helped my channel out. Sam Bankman Fried funding defense with $10 million of stolen money, stolen Alameda money gifted to his father. Alameda, the hedge fund that they had connected to this arrangement. I'll just say arrangement. Sam Bankman-Fried paid his legal defense team $10 million using funds that were stolen from FTX's sister hedge fund, Alameda Research, and which had been gifted to the 31-year-old crypto crook's father. A new lawsuit alleges. Looks like he tried to do some, shell game here and say, here, Dad, here's some money. The money was stolen. Now, here's the important thing about his father. Joseph Bankman, it's the name of his father. He is an attorney. He's a tax attorney. And it's highly likely in the speculation by the department that he was in the mix in terms of this whole fraud. Okay, now he hasn't been placed under any charges. Theory and allegation. He hasn't been charged with anything. But it's highly unlikely that a tax attorney who is so good, he teaches at Stanford University, would be able to ignorant of what was going on. Okay. The complaint filed in a Delaware bankruptcy court on Thursday divulged that a so-called Bankman gift transfer for $10 million was made Fried's FTX account, quote, to his father's personal account on the FTX US exchange. On information and belief, Bankman Fried's father has been using the gift to finance Bankman Fried's criminal defense. The document stated the complaint confirmed previous reports that Bankman Fried was using the large monetary gift he sent to his father, longtime Stanford University law professor Joseph Bankman, to pay for his expensive legal defense. Sam Bankman-Fried, every time he shows up at court, he has this guy with him. Looks like or military. He's like a bodyguard for him. And that guy's always with him. And that can't be cheap, right? The parents are. Now, you would think that if you were brought up on charges like this, and the government has, blocked him off from a lot of his money, but I don't know why this pot of money is play. Maybe because technically it belongs to his father. And yes, his mother, Maria, 28, his mother is also a tax attorney. She was a professor at Stanford as well. I think Stanford wants to back away, sever the relationship. Last I heard. So yeah, you are 100% right. Bankman Fried sent the funds to his attorney father in 2022 after initially transferring the 10 million containing debtor assesses to an FTX account in his own name, according to the filing. 1 minute later, Bankman Fried then transferred the lump sum to his father. Okay, so they got the forensics on that. In an email exchange, Bankman Fried and his father discussed structuring the $10 million gift as a loan from Alameda to Sam Bankman Fried. The court document said, suggesting that the money was not actually a present from son to father. Now, his father's in the mix, okay, giving him advice that may be helpful with regard to taxation. I mean, he is a tax attorney, right? So I don't know. I don't know if at some point the government is going to charge the parents, but it looks like I've seen enough episodes of Matlock to surmise that you might be able to bring some charges here. It was also noted in the filing that the debtors have been unable to identify any promissory note, loan agreement. Funds were not simply taken from Alameda by Bankman Fried to enrich his family. The court documents were filed by FTX against a handful of its executives. Now, when they say the court documents were filed by FTX, he's been ousted. The company is John J. Ray, the same guy who shepherded Iran through its difficulties after they imploded. Okay, so FTX is bringing this action, and they're doing that because they're trying to recover as much money as they can in order to make the deposit whole. But here's the complication with that, and we did a video on that. The IRS has come in and they have said that, well, FTX owes a boatload of money in back taxes, more than the amount that they've recovered so far. And the IRS has put itself in a position to be in front of everyone else. Okay, so it's highly likely that depositors may end up getting absolutely nothing. This may be a win for the lawyers and the IRS and no one else. Okay, so FTX also hit the co-founder of the company, Gary Wang, with the suit. He's pled guilty. Engineering director Nishad Singh, he's also pled guilty, and former Alameda CEO Carolyn Ellison, she has pled guilty. And they apparently, her and Sam Bankman-Fried had a going on for a little while there. I don't know. Federal indictments might make the love affair go south pretty quick. FTX is seeking $1 billion in damages, claiming the company's so-called philanthropic was misappropriated by FTX's bosses. So that's what's going on with FTX right about now. They are trying to recoup this money. I don't know how successful they're going to be. At the end of the day, we will continue to watch it. And he's got the trial coming up in October. Part of it, the other part will be in 2024. And we will be covering that, let you know what ultimately happened. Some people say he's not going to serve a day in prison. He's got to prove its case. We'll see what happens. We'll be here for it.